on human nature and the natural world. Scientists have concluded that basic human nature is compassionate, which I regard as a sign of hope. They also point out that constant fear, anger, and stress, positions of activation, undermine our immune system. The reality is we are social creatures for whom love and affection are key factors contributing to our happiness. We need to remember this because we live in a materialistic culture that doesn't pay much attention to inner values. Any negative state that is maintained within the human body nearly all day, every day, for 2 weeks or longer, causes a change to the brain, physiological change to the brain that alters the neurotransmitters, the volume, the amounts, the types, and the release mechanisms. It alters the autonomic neurological systems, that is the fight or flight system. It is the part of your neurological system that controls body temperature, respiration, eyes, blood pressure, etc. That's the thing that I don't have anymore at all, the autonomic. And it also affects your immunity. Initially, it is stronger, but that's only for a short period of time. And after that, it grows weaker and weaker from the continuous activation. The white cells simply aren't designed for this. This sort of activation can be caused by pain, fear, confusion, grief, rage, not anger, as that is not an emotion, it's a secondary reaction, and others. The other thing that happens in all of this activation, in all of these processes, is continuous activation of the stress chemical cortisol. All mammals have cortisol or a version of it, so that when they are always activated, like someone back there, they continuously are pushing this. And as I described it to them, it's like the little boy who cried wolf. If you keep activating your body for a stress response, for a fight response of something that isn't there, then one day comes and it is an emergency. It is something big. Your body can't respond. You've used up so much cortisol. Your brain is like, yeah, okay, let's go. And your muscles can't respond. Your adrenal glands can't respond because you've used up every part of your physiological stress response by crying wolf. There are many, many people who will cover the psychological effects and the physiological effects of what is called neurophysiological exhaustion by using cycles of chemicals to mimic the awake and sleep cycles. This fighting of the natural cycles causes mental health, mood disorders, such as depression and PTSD. Yes, PTSD is a mood disorder. It's an anxiety disorder. The waves and floods of cortisol that these cause your body to either drop weight for no reason. You will drop 40 pounds in 2 months, though you're eating exactly the same food. Or you will gain weight with no reason. You're not changing anything in your diet, in your activities. But both are seen as protective by your body. And both signal the loss of connection to the natural world. It is the loss of connection of our body with the natural world. It is the inability to become like a child, the loss of humility, of being human. How humans in this modern world of technology work to be more than human, and thereby lose your humility, lose your understanding of your place in the cosmos. You end up divorced fully from the natural world, with all of the technology, with all of its blue light emitting devices. We, none of us, can reach back to connect to the natural world, to heal ourselves, for this separation is complete and final. Christ says in the Gospel of Matthew 19, 9 through 12, not all can accept this word, but only those to whom it is granted. Some are incapable because they were born so, some because they were made so by others, some because they have renounced for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. Whoever can accept this ought to accept it. Though the Lord be talking about marriage between a man and a woman, he could just as easily be speaking of the body's connection to the physical world. Read that passage again, thinking of the two different situations. Divorce of marriage and divorce of the person from the proscribed natural state. Not all are able to accept this word. Some are unable to make this connection, for they were born this way. Some became because of others became so, for instance, through physical abuse or neglect. Some because they have renounced it for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. Whoever can accept this ought to accept it. Did you accept this connection, or did you reject this holy connection with the natural world, and thus with all creations of the Lord? Did you, in the acceptance of the state of technology, deny your natural state so your body can't ever find a natural state of rest, such as those designed by the Creator? Do you turn to drugs and medications to correct a non-existent, human-created problem? But as the medicine is of the natural world and can only help if you are connected, truly, study after study shows this repeatedly again and again, that with certain conditions, If the person isn't connected to the natural world and doesn't believe they will be cured, they won't be. 1 second. Thank you. If humans have faith in their healers, they have a better than even chance, higher than predicted, for a level of recovery, over 1 full standard deviation larger than would occur if it was just by chance. If you are now physically divorced and fully disconnected from the natural world, you can reconnect. You can return to your balanced state and regain your true connection. But it takes a conscious decision on your behalf, and you must act to make it happen, just as you had to act to disconnect and to remain so. The first step: turn off all of these things. Turn off all of your games. Turn off all of your tablets. Turn off any blue emitting light device. Some of the televisions are not blue light emitting, but don't chance it. Turn it off. For tablets, if you can put them on full dark mode, some of them from Apple will say 25%. That means they're still emitting 25% light through the dark mode. You need it 0%. Android and Google will tell you 4%, 2%, 1%. You need 0%. I use a 10-plus-year-old tablet, a Nexus 10-inch, that is 0%. And just look in the lists of technical specifications and it tells you. Once you have removed all blue light from your full life, a minimum of 3 days, 72 hours full, you will have to talk to your family again. Maybe even speak on your cell phones again. But first, you need a full 72 hours without any blue light. After the 72 or even 96 hours, you can only use devices that are wearing a blue light filter. And you can purchase these in any electronic stores or online. Make sure they capture 100%. After 10 days, your eyes and brain will start to adjust fully to this new state. No more brain changing anything. No more the brain reducing light intensity of the world. You will again see colors as they truly are, bright, brilliant, and in full range of the light spectrum. And for ending your divorce with nature, God's gift to you will be the beauty of the world returned to you, fully restored, and deep sleep without the horrific dreams. Go find the natural world again and see God's creation in their full, beautiful glory. And may you always be in the peace of the Lord, seeing his glory wherever you go.